There's something magnetic about drama, especially when it involves big names, viral moments, and unexpected peacemakers. The latest roller coaster in the world of pop culture served up all of that and more. And it all started with a few careless words, a bit of misinterpretation, and a sprinkle of ego. Cardi B, Rory, Maul, and Dearis, also known as Baby D, found themselves tangled in what could have been a full-blown online war. But somehow, miraculously, it all simmered down before. Blood was spilled, figuratively of course. Still, for a few hours, things were looking serious. Picture this: tensions were rising, fans were taking sides, pitchforks were metaphorically being raised, and social media was buzzing with speculation. Cardi B had caught wind of some comments made by Rory on his podcast. The comments to most people seemed lighthearted and far from aggressive, but for Cardi it didn't sit right. She felt targeted, criticized, and possibly disrespected over her rumored relationship with NFL star Stefon Diggs. Whether they're officially dating or not is still unclear, but Cardi's reaction made it seem like something hit a nerve. Rory, known for his calm and somewhat sarcastic podcast personality, didn't appear to be attacking Cardi. If anything, his comments were casual, perhaps just filler talk to shift topics. But Cardi didn't take it lightly. She came at Rory hard, telling him to shut the hell up and going so far as to call him a white bitch in a fiery response. Now, that would have been enough to set off a week-long feud on the internet, but something unexpected happened. Dearis, the mayor's Baby D, the calm in the storm, stepped in and did what most people in entertainment never do. She played peacemaker. Dearis reached out, clarified the intent behind Rory's words, and managed to get Cardi to understand that the joke wasn't aimed to offend. And then, like magic, Cardi B responded with an apology. That's right, she actually apologized. Not something you see every day in a world where being right often matters more than making peace. She admitted that she misunderstood and said sorry for calling Rory out of his name. It was a surprising turn, but a refreshing one. Respect where it's due. Dearis diffused a bomb before it could explode. But what's wild is how Maul, who was also part of the conversation, seemed to glide right through the entire situation without a scratch. No heat, no clapback, no name calling. People noticed. Even Peter Rosenberg couldn't help but point out how Maul caught none of the smoke. While Rory got roasted, theories started flying. Maybe Cardi didn't hear Maul's part. Maybe she respects him more. Or maybe, as Maul himself joked, it's just that the Bronx sticks together. Whatever the reason, Maul walked out untouched, and that made things even more interesting. Maul then added more fuel to the fire, but in a playful way. After Dearis publicly explained the mix-up, he called her a snitch. Jokingly, of course. Then he responded to Cardi's apology tweet with a cheeky question. This is classy, but is he still a white bitch? The internet lived for the moment. Humor, pettiness, sarcasm, all blending perfectly to keep fans engaged and amused. And then came Joe Budden, the man who never misses a moment to stir the pot or drop a slick one-liner. Known for his intense personality and long history with Rory and Maul, Joe surprisingly didn't go full villain mode this time. Instead, he gave Rory and Dearis some props, saying he liked what they were doing and calling them walking flames. Coming from Joe, that's high praise. Still, it didn't go unnoticed that he never once mentioned Maul's name during the praise session. The silence was loud. When asked if he reached out to Rory or anyone else directly, Joe played coy. He denied making any calls, claimed he hadn't spoken to anybody, and left it all in the air. Classic Joe. Half transparent, half mysterious. The internet, of course, had its own ideas about what he was up to. Some say he's watching from the sidelines, ready to swoop in when the timing is perfect. Others think he's just playing chess like he always does, letting others move first before making his own power play. Meanwhile, Rory didn't seem fazed by any of it. His response to Cardi's original comment was full of sarcasm and humor. He shared a classic 50 Cent meme that says, "What you say fuck me for?" It was a smooth comeback that kept things light and reminded people that Rory's got jokes. And probably hands too if things ever got physical. Though, let's hope they don't. His cool reaction probably helped lower the temperature even. More, all of this over a clip. One clip. That's how fast things can spiral in the age of digital media. A few seconds of audio taken slightly out of context or misunderstood can spark a conflict involving some of the biggest names in entertainment. It shows how sensitive and reactionary the game has become. And to be fair, Cardi has a track record of speaking her mind without hesitation. When she feels slighted, she lets it be known. That's part of her brand. But it's also why a lot of media personalities walk on eggshells around her. You either play it safe or risk becoming the next target of an explosive tweet. It's the kind of moment that could have turned ugly. Fans were already lining up, ready to take sides. Twitter was on the brink of a meltdown, but thanks to a single voice of reason, Dearis, the whole situation flipped from chaos to comedy. Cardi apologized. Rory joked it off. Maul slid away. Clean. And Joe gave vague compliments without giving away too much. The perfect blend of drama and resolution. If you take a step back, it's a little funny how deeply invested people get in these online back and forths. But it also makes sense. These aren't just random influencers. We're talking about Cardi B, one of the most recognizable voices in music. Rory and Maul, both known for their sharp takes and calm delivery on the mic. And Joe Budden, the puppet master of podcast drama. When these worlds collide, people pay attention. Every tweet, every post, every facial expression becomes a clue in the puzzle. It's also a reminder of how real people and public personas can collide. Cardi wasn't trying to be difficult. She felt disrespected and stood up for herself like anyone would. Rory wasn't trying to start drama. He was doing what podcasters do: talk, joke, entertain. And Dearis wasn't trying to be a hero. She just saw a problem and solved it. The beauty in this entire saga is that no one really lost. Instead, everyone played their part. The tension faded, and we got a story that feels like a mini movie. So, now we wait. Maybe Cardi and Stefon are truly a thing. Maybe it's all PR. Maybe Maul will eventually get his name pulled into some other drama. Maybe Joe will take another shot and stir the pot again. Maybe Rory will drop another subtle meme. That makes everyone laugh. The point is, the story's not really over. These people live in the public eye, and in a world where content is king, there's always a new chapter waiting to be written. What matters is how this one ended, with a laugh instead of a war. That's rare, and kind of beautiful in its own chaotic way.